Hey, ballers! Wiggles here, bringing you a game, a TVZ, yes indeed, between EGIdrA and EGIdrA. This game is going to be played on Metalopolis. Of course, these guys are spawning in close positions, as you can see on the minimap. And this Overlord is going to be scouting in the correct way. I mean, they always scout this way, but he's going to be pretty happy to see that EGDeMuslim is going to be spawning here, going to know where he is, not going to have to send out any kind of drone or anything. And so right off the bat, we're just going to have to see, is EGDeMuslim going to do the little thingy where he goes, okay, it's about this time, I take this SCV, I run him over here, and then I run him over here, and then I run him back down here, just to see if he can catch this scouting Overlord. Not sure if he is going to do that now. We can see he does have a supply depot going down at the ramp, and here comes out this SCV, and he's going to see, there's the Overlord. So now he knows as well, and that's going to allow him to not scout in a lot of these other positions and instead just be like, well, I know where he is, so I can scout a little bit later. And of course, EGIdrA is not going to be hiding his Overlord anymore because he knows that EGDeMuslim knows that he is there. It looks like, what is, oh, look, at EGDeMuslim is actually hiding his barracks right here. Oh, EGDeMuslim, you're so sneaky. And now EGIdRA's going to be like, wait a minute, wait. There's supposed to be a Rax right here. I'm fairly certain there's supposed to be a Rax. Looks like EGIdrA is stockpiling up that money, and he is going to be going for a hatch first regardless. Doesn't really care at all that he is seeing stuff that may not be normal. And instead, I mean, he's going to scout this gas. He's going to see that EGDeMuslim is getting a refinery, and he's like, okay, it's not a 2 Rax, and that's what I was worried about. So since there's no 2 Rax, I think EGIdrA is going to be breathing a little bit easier. Going to be like, oh, okay, I don't have to worry about dying in the first 5 minutes of the game. I can play a little bit more standard. Now, with EGDeMuslim, he can do pretty much any build at this point, except, of course, the 2 Rax. But having this Rax here is pretty cool. He can go ahead and land it here, yep, and get some harassment done with his initial Marines. It looks like this other Overlord may scout it, may not sure. But there is going to be a drone coming down here, and if the drone gets to this Zelnaga watchtower, then he will see the Rax. Looks like that is exactly what he's going to do. He's going to be like, aha, I knew it. And of course, this Marine is going to be popping out right about the time. Yeah, there we go. So he's going to be running back. We have an SCV, we have a Marine, and the Marine is going to be putting a little bit of pressure on this Overlord. Not too much damage going to be done, and there may be an attempt to get a bunker up. Maybe, but I doubt it's, I mean, he's not trying to kill anything. He's just trying to make, yeah, he's just trying to make this happen. EGIdrA, make him pull a few extra drones and just panic a little bit. See, this is just lost mining time is all that's going on right here. EGDeMuslim not going to be overextending, does have a couple of Marines out. We can see 6 Lings on the way, Queen on the way as well, and the natural is done. So it looks like, yep, EGIdRA just going to be scouting around a little bit with this drone, making sure you can see what's going on. There we go, bunker going down. And how is EGIdRA going to respond? Looks like he's just going to wait for the Lings and go ahead and deal with this as soon as he gets more Lings coming down. Looks like he has 6 Lings now, and here we go. Looks like 1 Ling is going to go down. Is the second Ling? Yep, 2 Lings going down, and nice Marine stutter step micro. It looks like there may be a 3rd Ling going down. Yeah, no. Okay, so 2 Marines for 2 Lings. Not the best trade ever. Looks like EGIdRA just be able to, you know, deal with that fairly quickly. This bunker will be canceled eventually, and now this SCV going to be running his way all the way around the map, trying to live and get back to his friends. Looks like EGDeMuslim is thinking about expanding, and he does have this reactor done, and the factory is going to be landing on it right away. So we're going to see some Hellions coming out. So a couple of Marines just to harass early, followed by Hellions. And look at this, EGDeMuslim actually sneaking an expansion down here at what would be the 3rd. Now, I mean, EGIdRA, he's going to be concerned about poking in here, and he's going to poke in. Oh, wow, this is so cool. Okay, so EGDeMuslim is actually a super greedy build, but it relies on his opponent just not scouting. Nice raise on that supply depot there. But he's going to be like, okay, see, look, I'm expanding. Try to harass me. You're doing a good job. Oh, no, I'm in trouble. Oh, no, this is awful. Oh, you're doing a good job of delaying my expansion. Meanwhile, there is another command center going up. So, I mean, EGDeMuslim is going to be a little bit scared for a little bit because he's going to have really no units. I mean, he has a couple of Hellions coming out right now, but by just delaying, still on 1 gas, and that's really what allows this to happen. He's going to be getting a 2nd Rax up now. It does have the tech lab going down, but just more Hellions, lots of units that take only gas. Only minerals, and that's how he's able to get up this additional command center, which is going to put him way ahead in economy if EGIdRA doesn't realize it. You can see supply-wise, EGIdRA is up by about 15 supply, and that's just because EGDeMuslim has spent all of his money on buildings and not really any units. We can go to the units tab right now. We can see it's 24 SCVs versus 39 drones, and there's 5 Hellions, and that is it, versus 6 Zerglings, couple of Queens. So I mean, it's just a lot of Hellions and a lot of command centers coming down for EGDeMuslim, getting that orbital as well. So he's going to have 3 orbitals, maybe. When he can finally afford it, he'll get this other orbital and Bazinga. There we go. Bajinga, Bazinga, whatevs. So he's going to have 3 orbitals. That is a lot of mules. That is a lot of scans. That is a lot of options for EGDeMuslim. Meanwhile, EGIdRA's got to be feeling pretty good. I mean, he's feeling pretty safe. He knows there's Hellions, but he's like, whatever. I got 2 spine crawlers up right now. Looks like he is going ahead and getting an evolution chamber and a baneling nest. Also getting his lair, or Zergling speed rather, is almost done. Just continuing to drone and not panicking at all. Looks like there is siege tanks on the way. A couple more racks. Another reactor going down as well. So, oh, here comes the Overlord going to be running in here and scouting. And I don't believe that EGIdRA actually knows that this is here. And look at this, EGDeMuslim dropping a whole bunch of mules here so he can get as many minerals out of this as possible. If and when it does get scouted and he has to lift, he wants to get as much money out of there as he possibly can. Here come the Queens. They are not happy that there are Hellions outside their base, but these Hellions are actually doing quite a lot of damage here. Nice job by these Hellions and able to, you know, just kind of poke around, just harass and be generally annoying for EGDeMuslim. So nice job, nice going on there. And it looks like there is going to be a lot of Marines coming out, as well as siege tanks. Siege mode is now started. And what is EGDeMuslim going to do? He's just going to keep on making some SCVs. Going to keep on. Wait, whoa! Did he actually mess up his rally point? Looks like yes, he did. And he's going to be just putting his rally point here instead. There we go. Got it fixed. Whoopsie-doops. And meanwhile, again, this base is just still up. So these Hellions just harassing the front right here, making EGIdRA just build a few more units. There is a Spire on the way, baneling speed on the way as well, and +1 melee going down. It looks like another hatchery just about to finish, the macro hatch right here. So he is going to have 3 hatcheries. And oh, here come that. Oh, got to be careful. Oh, nice little job by EGIdRA surrounding those Hellions, picking off a couple of them for not really that much damage done. I mean, you can see a lot of damage was done to the Lings, but didn't actually lose that many, which is pretty good. But here is the real danger. We have EGDeMuslim with stim, not even done, but he does have, oh, he's actually going for a shield timing. Okay, so he has his combat shields for that extra +10, just going to make his Marines so much hardier. And I thought he was attacking the Mink statue, but no, going to be taking down that Overlord instead. And look at this timing, because right now the hatchery is going down, so EGIdRA's going to be a little bit light on units. You can see EGDeMuslim just swinging ahead hugely. 51 SCVs, 55 drones, so their armies are going to be, I mean, their economies are pretty much the same, and it's going to come down to 41 Zerglings versus 26 Marines. Some Banelings. And, oh man, he's going to have to spread and make sure these Banelings don't do a lot of damage. Meanwhile, there's still a couple of Spine Crawlers up, and these Spine Crawlers are going to delay EGDeMuslim, who I think may be waiting for this creep to go ahead and, you know, push back, because he doesn't really want to attack on creep. And what is he doing back in his base? Looks like there are mutas on the way now, and also it looks like ventral sacs being researched. But really, it's going to come down to, can EGDeMuslim get some damage done right now? He has a nice spread going on, and he's just going to start poking forward very slowly with the siege tank. And look at this job by EGIdRA, putting his mutas here in the middle, so any kind of reinforcing units that come around here are just going to get picked off by the mutas. That's very, very good, and I mean, that's just good positioning. Okay, here we go. EGIdRA is sick and tired of being contained. He is going to try to break out. He has Banelings and Mutalisks and Zerglings, and there is nothing left of Terran. Wow, so EGIdRA just convincingly breaking out now. And so now that EGIdRA does not have any pressure being put on him again, it's going to be his turn to apply pressure if he wants to. Still don't know if he knows about this bottom expansion, but it looks like he is going to be scouting around a little bit. And yes, indeed, he's going to be scouting to this base. He's going to see nothing. He's going to scout up to this base and he's like, oh, are you kidding me? Grr. But you know what? There's not a lot for EGDeMuslim right now, and especially not in this position. So EGDeMuslim going to be losing a ton of SCVs, and Mule is probably going to be forced to raise up this orbital command. Could actually get supply blocked, because he does have 3 supply depots right there, and I don't know, man. It's a little bit shady for EGDeMuslim right now. Also, EGIdRA does have these mutas right here. I think he has them here just in case there's any kind of drop that comes in. But look at this Overlord placement. I mean, EGIdRA just has a great idea of what's going on. Going to be expanding yet again. And it looks like EGDeMuslim, yep, going to be floating this orbital back over here. He does have a lot of Marines, going to be splitting them just a little bit there. Adding on a lot more barracks, a few more barracks, actually 2. Couple more barracks, and a factory. So he's going to be going into Super Saiyan, a ton of Marines mode, followed by a lot of tanks as well. So But it's going to come down a lot to the Marines, who they have +1 just now finishing. Stim is done. There is an armory on the way. More reactors, more reactors. That is the name of this game. Look how many reactors are on these barracks. Wow, so many reactor barracks. But it looks like, looks like EGIdrA may have something to say to this starport as he runs in there, does some damage, forces a stim on a few of EGDeMuslim's units, also making EGDeMuslim's army a little bit weaker at the front because he has to keep some of these Marines back just to account for the mutas, which may or may not be there. Of course, we can see that they are there. But, I mean, EGDeMuslim just doing such a good job. Look at this. I mean, EGIdrA doing such a good job. I mean, EGDeMuslim is too, but EGIdrA with his unit positioning, he has mutas here so he can harass, just poke back. Also, will deny any kind of drops. At the same time, we have a whole bunch of lings just chilling right here. Not a whole bunch, just, you know, like a control group. Yeah, like a control group. Or 24, 26. And so when EGDeMuslim decides to push out, these lings are just going to counterattack right here. Meanwhile, going to be putting out some more pressure. And that's so many mutalisks that even though he has his Marines there, they're just not going to be enough. And look at that, dropping some lings as well. Here comes a lot more Marines, stimming the whole lot of them. And now the muta is going to go ahead and run back. Meanwhile, EGIdrA does have his 4th up. It is up. It is operational. And he is swinging into super macro mode. We have Thors on the way for EGDeMuslim, who is now going to float over and attempt to take this gold base. He needs something to get himself back in this, and the gold could do it. But look at this. EGIdrA is not going to let that happen at all. Here comes over a ton of mutalisks, and there is, oh, wow, he's got to be careful not to lose all of these SCVs as well. Oh, so much damage being done, and actually he's just repairing it. Meanwhile, Ling's going to be running in here, and Ling's coming up here. Just huge flanking maneuvers coming up from EGIdrA as he attempts to just smash EGDeMuslim. Looks like he will deny this 3rd base at the gold. Meanwhile, there are a lot more Marines stemming up here, but he has to be careful of the banelings, and here come the banelings, and he has to split perfectly here as these banelings are going to move in here. Nice job splitting, actually. Didn't lose that much. Does lose the command center, though, which definitely hurts. Oh, man, losing that command center hurts. But there are a couple of Thors out now, as well as a few tanks. A lot of Marines still, and quite a few medevacs. So this is still a scary push coming out for EGDeMuslim, who is going to be pushing across, and EGIdrA, look at this, is going to respond by building more Zerglings, more Mutalisks, and a ton of Banelings, also getting pathogen glands for some infestors. Do I see any infestors out here? No, I don't, but I do see a battle that I'm totally missing. Okay, here we go. Lots of damage being done. So much damage being done. And nice job by EGDeMuslim just kiting with these Marines incessantly, not letting the Banelings get the damage done that they want to. But still, I think EGIdrA is definitely ahead after that. We can go to the units lost tab, and we can see that, yes, EGDeMuslim has definitely lost more resources. And that's really the name of the game, is just who can be more efficient with our army trading, I guess. Looks like a lot more Lings and a lot more mutas on the way, and Banelings. We have more Thors on the way as well, and here come these mutas. They're going to go counterattack yet again. As we can see, EGDeMuslim is trying to move out into the middle of the map, and as he does so, mutas rather, going to be running in here and focusing on the starport. Are they going to get it? Looks like there is not nearly enough Marines in range, and boom, starport goes down. That is quite the blow, although EGDeMuslim does have quite a few medevacs. Now these are going to be super important that he keeps these medevacs alive, because I mean, he can't rebuild them. So medevac's pretty good at keeping your bio alive, and this is a ton of units coming out for, but a huge amount coming out for EGIdrA as well, and catching these tanks a little bit out of position, out of siege mode. But great job with these Marines, just so much DPS and good splitting coming out. So no EGDeMuslim going to be pushing back. He is down by about 30 supply right now, or 40 supply actually, but who cares? I mean, Marine's pretty good. He just needs to be careful with these Banelings. You can see lots of Banelings being morphed right now. He can see he's scanning, he's going to be stemming, he's going to be spreading these Marines, and can the Banelings do the damage? The Banelings are going to be splitting against a couple Marines, but just great Marine splitting, although EGDeMuslim is still losing lots of units, and I think he may have actually lost enough Marines that these mutas can clean up. They are going to clean up. There's the GG. So EGIdrA is going to take this one from EGDeMuslim. Great job, and I really like this strategy by EGDeMuslim. It was kind of a cool, very greedy, but cool strategy nonetheless, where he took this 3rd base. Unfortunately, it did not work out for him, as you know, EGIdrA did not overextend. He did not panic about being contained, and he was able to break the contain fairly easily, expanding all over the map. You can see he was actually taking a 5th base while all that was going on, and just steadily working up and getting into his macro mode, which is what EGIdrA likes. And once he has that macro going, it's really hard to stop him, as he showcased in this game. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave comments below, and check back often for more content coming from Squiggles. All right, guys, see yas. I'm out.